Yeah.
Okay, call this meeting to order and have a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Was what in there?
Roll call, Mrs. Frank.
Mayor Kindle.
Present.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Present.
Councilwoman Foster.
Present.
Councilwoman LaPratt.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Here.
Councilwoman Williams.
Present.
Councilman Toussaint.
Present.
City Manager Szymanski.
Here.
City Attorney DeWally is absent tonight.
Okay, this takes us to approval of the minutes. I need a motion.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the motion to accept, receive, and file the minutes of the regular city council meeting held December 15th, 2025, and to receive and file the library board minutes from November 20th, 2025, and the planning commission minutes from December 17th, 2025.
Support.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, takes us to public comment on agenda items only. So if you have something that's in the agenda and you want to comment on it, please come to the mic.
Hi, Kristen Olin Sullivan, Country Club Drive. On the new business item 2 on animal control, I'm hoping that you, in the process of presenting this item, you will outline the process that citizens would go for reporting animals, what would be done with vicious or rabid animals, and talk about how dogs or animals who are in need of medical attention would be handled. Thank you.
Greg Bargo, Woodland Street. In the interest of public safety, I'd like to comment on the pending I Heart Dogs Animal Haven Agreement. The document is fraught with inconsistencies as to the processes and procedures related to animal control, where the responsibility lies, and is definitely not complete. But initially, I'd like to comment on a statement within the CM's memorandum which states, our police department has refined its animal control process in the city, which is rather ambiguous when you consider that at present we have no trained animal control officers. So let's consider stipulation 2 of the agreement, which reads, the city, which means Harper Woods, enforces state and local animal ordinances which include picking up or collecting stray or neglected animals. Well, herein lies the caveat. By the city manager's assumption, the city is about to undertake a 2-part animal control system with no cost projection for part 2, the actual animal control in the field. What the public should be aware of, if a Michigan municipality's contract agreement with an animal shelter does not cover picking up the stray animals, that's part 1, the responsibility primarily lies with the local public safety department, part 2. The municipality itself has a duty to ensure that animal control services, including the picking up and housing of strays, are available to its residents to fulfill the public health and safety function 24/7. The IHDR agreement has limited access hours. The municipality is therefore required to have trained animal control officers, ACO, who are responsible for picking up stray animals regardless of the term of a contract with the animal shelter. Michigan law, specifically Act 339 of 1919, the dog law of 1919, requires that municipal animal control officers meet specific training, which can cost. In Michigan, required training for municipal animal control officers covers a range of essential topics, with costs varying widely from a few $100s for basic online to over $1,000 for comprehensive certification programs. with full certification potentially reaching upwards of $3,000 plus per man. Given these Part 2 costs of a program are unaccounted for with the IDHR program, to our city manager, what's the true cost annually for a complete animal control program to the city? When you factor in the ACO officers' training, their wages, the overtime, long-term legacy costs, where are the added funds going
I'm
for
sorry,
Part 2 going to be
Mr.
allocated?
Vargo, your time is up, please. Thank you. Next.
Juanita Busick on Woodmont. Okay, what I'd like to know is who's going to be picking up the animals? If the police department is supposed to pick them up, who is going to take them to the shelter? The police have enough on their hands to do. Go to Warren and then drive back to Harper Woods? And what's not clear to me is what happens when we reach the maximum of 30 dogs? How are we going to negotiate? That's what I don't understand. And what if the dog is abandoned in Harper Woods, regardless of whether it's behind Jeep Pass, in somebody's yard, on the street? And then, what if the hours are closed? They only have specific hours they're open. So then what do? Dogs are going to be all over. What about, and my last thing I'm concerned about is, what about the dogs running from other cities into Harper Woods? That doesn't mean the dogs are from Harper Woods. They're coming from all over. So that's going to mean more than 30 dogs.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak on the agenda items? Seeing none, take us to the consent agenda. I need a resolution. Nobody speak at once.
Madam Mayor, Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion for the consent agenda, items 1 through 8.
Support.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I wanted to mention that we are appointing a new member to the Planning Commission, Mr. Timothy Davis, who will be finishing the unexpired 3-year term.
Is he here?
Okay, thank you. We welcome him. Any further discussions?
Yeah, Madam Mayor.
Okay,
Madam Mayor,
yes?
yes, is he here today?
No, he was here at the last meeting. I don't see him in the audience today, but
Thank you.
we did a very good interview, and I think we were perfectly satisfied with what we did. Right, Regina
Yes.
and Leslie? Perfect. Perfect fit, young man. So, yeah. All right, is there no further discussions? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Toussaint.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Present.
Mayor
Yes.
Kindle.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay. That takes us to old business, and since we have none, new business and city manager's report.
Okay, new business item number 1. Wow. Progress payment number 7, 2024, DWSRF Lead Water Service Replacement 180-331. Mayor and Council attaches a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 7 on the 2024 DWSRF Lead Water Service Replacement Project number 180-331. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
make a resolution to approve payment to Super Construction LLC in the amount of $60,620 for progress payment number 7 on the DWSRF Lead Water Service Replacement Project number 180-331. Support.
Okay. Any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, I just had a couple of questions. I know this lead water service replacement takes a long time, several years. So I was wondering at what % are we at now?
Probably around 80, somewhere around there, 80%.
Heather?
Yeah.
Madam Mayor? I appreciate the question that was just asked, because that's one that I had on my mind as well. I'm also curious, are all of the future payments for this lead water service going to be in the same fund, 2024?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
all right, thank you.
you're welcome.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank.
Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 2, service agreement, animal control. Mayor and council, before you is a service agreement between I Heart Dogs Rescue and Animal Haven and the City of Harper Woods. This proposed contract has been reviewed by our Director of Public Safety, City Attorney, and me. IHDR is an organization dedicated to rescue, care, and adoption of animals. It is assumed the City of Harper Woods will enforce state and local animal ordinances. In return, IHDR will provide shelter, care, and adoption services for animals that are candidates for adoption. The City of Harper Woods will pay IHDR the sum of $500 each for each animal, up to a maximum of $15,000 per year, which equates to 30 animals per year. Our police department has refined its animal control processes in the city and has dramatically reduced the number of stray animals from a Grosse Pointe Animal Adoption Agency total of approximately 150 animals to a current city total of about 3 to 4 animals per year. The agency chief and I feel the amount of 30 animals is a sufficient starting point. The city can always amend the contract should animal totals exceed this amount. Also, an amount of approximately $82,000 has been budgeted in 2026 for this purpose. A new cost of $15,000 represents a budget savings of approximately $67,000 in year 2026. I was planning on having a representative from IHDR agency on hand for question, but she has come down with the flu, can't make it tonight, but she will definitely be here the next city council meeting should council have any questions. And our Director of Public Safety will also field questions from our city council, which whatever kind of questions they have to ask. I recommend approval of this agreement. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the resolution to approve the service agreement between the City of Harper Woods and the I Heart Dog Rescue Animal Haven with an annual cost not to exceed $15,000, and further to authorize the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
Yes. Go first.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right,
Councilwoman
what
Williams.
about the unadoptable animals? What happens to them?
That's part of their animal shelter practices. We don't have any involvement in that.
Okay.
Madam Mayor,
Wait, no.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yeah, you know, we've been going around about an animal control agreement for a while. And so I was just wondering, could you just roughly explain the process of?
Sure.
You know,
Not a problem. Before we had G-Pass in this community, we had animal control that was performed by our police officers. What they would do, residents would call in, officers would come out, officers would take the animal. I believe we have several animal cages on the facilities, and what would happen is we would take them to an animal shelter. We plan on returning to that same model. I want to say in the past, people were just calling G-Pass. People were leaving dogs tied to the building, things like that. And G-Pass is a great organization. I'm not saying that they're not. But we have to have alternatives Right now, we don't have a contract, we don't have animal control. This is in front of us. These folks want to partner with us. They do the city of Warren. The city of Warren's about 10 times the size of this city, and there are no complaints. And again, if there is a vicious animal, a stray animal in the city, regardless of the time, all that needs to happen is for the resident or the business to call the police department, and the police will make arrangements to capture the animal and make sure it gets into a shelter. And the fee that we're paying covers food, vaccinations, medical costs, operations. Some of these operations may cost more than the $500 that we're paying them. The shelter will pick up that particular cost, but there are going to be other animals that are not going to cost that much. And again, I have the chief here for any questions you might have, and that whole process has been refined down to maybe 3 or 6 animals a year. And Chief, would you have any comments on that?
Sure. I think it's important to differentiate between the animal control and the animal shelter. I've been a police officer here since 2003. We have never had animal control per se. The police officers have always responded traditionally and were able to get a hold of these animals. We had a great partnership with GPAS. I'm not going to say anything bad about Corinne or the services that they provided. However, the police officers have always been animal control in the city. Since our, the dissolution of our contract with GPAS, we've had no shelter to take these animals. Like the city manager said, we have refined our policy. In the past, when we did have the partnership with GPAS, anytime somebody called about a dog, we would go out there, we would grab the dog right away, we'd take it over to GPAS. We have refined that process, actually with the help of Corinne before that fell apart, to be a little more proactive and knock on some doors. Hey, does anybody know who this dog belongs to? We've got a chip reader as well now, where our officers are able to go out on the road and they're able to scan the animal, find the owner's information. So we've really done a good job of refining our process and bringing those numbers way down. I'm happy to answer anything else.
Okay, so I looked, there's 218 licensed shelters in the state of Michigan in 2025. That everybody should know there's a lot of strays out there, and most of these are full. So, and I know for a fact that there's been dogs here because when we voted to increase the people used to say, they did it for free. It was never free. We always paid a daily amount per dog, and then last year there was an increased for shelter maintenance.
Correct.
So the day that we increased that to $30 per day per dog, I said, we do have dogs here, and that dog barked out in the lobby. I mean, I couldn't have cued it any better. So we have always had dogs here. I know, I have friends in Harper Woods that have, there's somebody here in the audience that might have called somebody when we had a husky back here in the igloo, and they brought it home and kept it for 10 years. So us having dogs here is not unusual. Who, for the last 10 years, has been picking up dogs and taking them to GPAS on the majority of animals?
The police department.
So it's not GPAS coming in picking up animals? I'm not saying she never did, but the majority.
No, Corinne helped us out tremendously.
Right.
She did, again. But the police officers have been primary animal control. I've worked here 23 years.
So nothing's changing.
Nothing's
besides
changing.
where the animals are being
This is just a
taken.
partnership with a new shelter.
Right. And it's also, I've read about the shelter. I talked to people that have adopted animals there. It's a no-kill shelter. It's
Correct.
a very large shelter. It's run by 2 women that have run this since
Yes.
2015. It's a licensed shelter just a little bit further from us. One other question I do have is, you have a wonderful transparency report on our city website that shows everything that you guys are doing, which is, you're quite busy. It showed in 2024 you had 332 animal complaints. Last year you had December isn't in there yet, 167.
Right.
So you've been doing some things to get some of these complaints a little
Yeah, I
under
mean,
control?
those complaints could be anything from a barking dog, that could be a whole lot of things, right? That's not necessarily the dogs that we're called out to bring in. No, that's a different number. This is, hey,
Different number, okay,
yeah, that could be any type of animal complaint.
right.
Yeah.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
2 questions. Well, first of all, statement. The I Heart Dog facility is one that I get texts from, you know, are you interested in this animal? They're very proactive in placing their animals.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, my daughter received her pup from them. And so I know that they're very good about, you know, being proactive in this regard. I'm curious, one of the things that Corinne had mentioned to us at, in her last comments, yeah, was that we could have someone go to Wayne County Community College and get trained as an officer, you know, a animal control officer for $1,000, right? And this was what she was telling us that we needed to do. I'm just curious as to whether we've done any kind of, anything along those lines.
Are you talking advertising for I can't take one of my officers off the road and make them a
Right,
sole
no, and I
animal
totally
control
get that.
officer.
I'm just curious, because I know we had talked about an ordinance, you know, hiring someone for ordinance, you know, potentially hiring someone that could do animal control alongside that. I didn't know if any thought was being put into that.
I'm not opposed to it. I can't take one of my cops off the road, though. I guess that if the city is willing to employ a full-time animal ordinance control officer, then I will gladly look into that. It's going to be expensive, but if that's what the city would like me to do, I will explore that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any further questions?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
where are we going to house these animals on off hours?
Great question. We have, like Councilwoman LaPratte said, we have one outdoor cage that sits behind the garage of the property that we own behind the municipal building here. And we also have 2 to 3 indoor cages down in the basement of the police department. So in, you know, weather like this, we can bring them into the station. And somebody commented on earlier about the business hours of the new shelter. Yes, we will, if we get a call right now, we will house that animal until we can make arrangements with the shelter to take it over there.
All right, so you're going to have an officer pick up the animal and take it to the shelter, or you're going to have a special officer that just does that?
No, it would be one of the officers that's on shift will have to bring that animal into our station and hold it until the day shift, and we can transport it in the morning. It's not, you know, it's not as convenient as G-Pass. G-Pass was in our backyard. This is, you know, 8.5 in Groesbeck area. It's not too bad.
So are these funds coming out of,
Excuse me? What are you saying?
I said, are these funds coming out of the police department fund or animal control fund? For the police officers to be off the street and deliver the animal to the animal shelter?
That's a question you would direct to John.
Coming out of the general fund, if a police officer takes them, police officer takes them.
It's no different from what we have.
We've been doing that for decades.
Right. Is there any further questions?
Madam Mayor?
Yeah.
I was listening to what Councilwoman LaPratte was saying about the number of reports that we get about animals, and also the police refining it down to a few. So that means last year it was only maybe about 6, and the year before roughly.
Well, we reduced it from about, I got the numbers right here from G-Pass. I think 2024, they took 187, a combination of dogs, cats. She has non-specific wildlife. I'm assuming that's like raccoons and stuff as well. Yeah, and we've reduced that tremendously. Again, That policy was refined with Corinne's help to bring our numbers down significantly. Like I said, the chip readers helped us out. We've done some good advertising, and people ended up finding the owners of these dogs. They come up, they get the dogs. So, like I said, the old practice of picking up every single dog without being proactive at all and just taking it straight to GPAS, that's how we ended up with those numbers up where they were at. So we've had to retrain the police officers, like, no, let's knock on some doors. Let's do a little more investigation than just grabbing the dog and taking it.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
how did we arrive at the $500 per animal fee? I understand it does include the medical care.
Correct. Yeah, that's just a flat rate, and she will handle everything on top of that. So I kind of found Diane on a whim. We had a dog, and it was I don't know if it's the one you're referring to, which is back there barking. We had to get rid of this. We could not find an owner. So just on a whim, I started calling around to these shelters, and I ended up coming across Diane. I don't know where I was going with that story. But yes, the cost, that's a number that she arrived at. Oh, I know what it was. One of the dogs that we took to her was injured. There was something wrong with its leg or its hip, and it required surgery. And I think that the shelter ate about $1,800 worth of those costs. So we arrived at the $500 number. That's everything, you know, we thought that was a fair number, just in case there are any additional medical costs, or depending on how long they got to hold on to the animal as well.
So what other sources of funding do they have? Because I imagine probably at least half the animals will end up costing more than $500.
Looks like they've got a lot of fundraisers. If you go on their website, they're advertising all the time, and they're in a partnership as well with the city of Warren. And I know she said she does some work with East Point's shelter as well. So, yeah. If Diane would be able to answer that better, and she apologized, but she can be here for the next meeting.
I have one more question. I just, GPAS, only the police were allowed to bring animals there. Residents, you couldn't go and drop off an animal there. Do you know if this place, if I found a dog and you guys were busy, could I drive it out there?
I believe so.
That would be a question for her, though.
Yeah, that would be a question for her. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Or it also states in here that the owner, if the dog is taken there, the owner has to pay the fees. But what if the owner can't afford the fees?
I think it's be the same process that we had with GPAS. I don't think it would make any difference.
Yeah.
Any further questions? I thank you very much, Chief,
Welcome, Mayor.
for all the help and all the time you've taken for this project.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Okay, roll call vote, Mrs. Frank?
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
All right, then.
Okay, new business item number 3, asbestos abatement, City Hall renovation project. Mayor and council attaches a memorandum from the city clerk requesting approval to engage in the asbestos abatement and removal of the flooring material in the portion of City Hall that will soon be renovated. I have reviewed this proposal and I concur with her recommendation that we have BDS Environmental perform the work. We have utilized this company many times in the past for similar work, and they have done an excellent job. As she states, City Hall will need to be closed for 2 days while this work is completed. We are planning to have this done at the end of January. I will keep you and the residents informed of the upcoming closure. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
by resolution, approve the proposal submitted by BDS Environmental for the abatement of asbestos materials in conjunction with the City Hall renovation project in the amounts of $10,160.
Support.
Okay, discussion?
Madam Mayor? Mm-hmm. When will this work be taking place?
Hopefully, this month, we're clearing out as many things as we can, reconfiguring the computers toward the end of January.
And
Can't say the exact day,
Right.
but
I assume residents will be notified.
yes, they will.
Through our online process or how?
Through website, our sign, our
Nixle.
water app, Nixle, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Ms. Frank.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kendall.
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
All right.
And that concludes the city manager's reports.
Okay, all right. So now we call the audience. You have 3 minutes. You need to get there and form a line to my right.
Hi, first thing, I'd like to say thank you for letting me sit in that chair, because if I tried to get it out of there, I would never do it. Second thing I'd like to bring up is, I know it's a little late, but I want to thank the DPW for the great leaf pickup, because I've seen on the sites people complaining. They even went 2 weeks over because people kept putting the leaves out there. I just want to thank them. Great job. Third thing I want to bring up is, every time I call, there's 2 dumpsters across the street from my house. They've been there for a while, but these people that live in these apartments don't know how to put trash inside the bin. When the guy picked it up this morning, the trash was over the fence in front of the bins, and it's blown all over in my backyard. So I want you to do something about it, because when I'm told when I'm called it's private property, well, my property I pay taxes on is my private property, so I need something done. Third thing is, and not last and not least, there's somebody in this audience, and I'm glad he's here. He needs an accommodation and a round of applause from this people in this place. Daryl Morton, first and third Thursday of every month, he's out there, rain or shine, snow or sleet, for Forgotten Harvest. That man does a great thing for this city and everybody around here that comes to get stuff out there. He's there all the time. So I'm telling the city council to give that man an accommodation and a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is McKenna Champney, and I live on Woodmont, and I'm here for the library again. So first, I just wanted to say a very big thank you to Councilman Toussaint, because he actually came to our board meeting. It was wonderful to have someone from the city council there, seeing how a smaller board runs. So that was quite fun, a little bit nerve-wracking, but thank you. I really appreciated you being there in the audience. We have a really wonderful couple of events coming up at the library that I want everyone to know about. So on Saturday, January 10th, from 2 to 3 p.m. for those 18 and under, we have a Saturday Creatives Club, just kind of like an artsy thing that we can go to and create crafts together. On Wednesday, January 14th, from 5:30 to 6:30, it's part of our speaker series, which some of you have attended in the past. It's called Exploring Puabic Pottery. It's very exciting. On Saturday, January 24th, from 2 to 3 p.m., none other than Dolly Paughton will be there to read to a dog. So you can go ahead and read to Dolly Paughton. She's adorable and loves books. On Tuesday, January 27th, from 4 to 6 p.m., we're actually having a Nintendo Switch game night. So you can play Mario Kart and Overcooked, and we can see how competitive Harper Woods residents are. And a reminder that every Monday from 4 to 6, elementary and high school kids can come in for free homework help. We have a certified tutor there, so please come in and utilize our services. The Library of Things is also coming this month. You can, just like books and movies and audiobooks, you can rent things like guitars and tools and sewing machines and lots of cool other things we're starting to get, so please come out and see that. And then not library related, we've actually had a total of 8 pediatric flu deaths in the United States so far. There have fortunately not been any in Michigan, but we have seen such a large increase of flu cases. So I'm just trying to encourage every Harper Woods citizen to please go and get your flu vaccine. You can take a virus from a wild tiger to a mild little cat. That's kind of how we try to explain that. The flu vaccine really works this year. It prevents against all the flu strains that are going on in this the country right now. So please go ahead and get your vaccine so you can come to the city council meeting. And thank you.
I have something I have to say. I'm very impressed with the little food cups that you have when you walk into the library with the ravioli, macaroni and cheese, the snacks for all the kids to come there. That is something that is very much appreciated. I hear about it all the time. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you. Can't read without empty.
Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year to everybody. My name is Janetta Tabron. I live on Rose Court. Just news about what's going on in Harper Woods School District. The Excellence Institute, which is that building at the end of the football field, is scheduled for completion. We will have a gala event the later part of February or early part of March. The gala attire will be noted later on. Also, the Harper Woods boys basketball game will be January 6th at 7 o'clock against the Ann Arbor Skyline High School. It will be at the high school. Also, regarding the Harper Woods Grosse Pointe Lions Club, we will have a meeting January 7th at 7 o'clock at the AMVETS Hall. And our motto is, for the Lions Club, we serve. So we hope you guys come out and check us out and maybe become a member. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to know approximately when will this animal control go into effect?
January 1st.
Okay. Okay, I'll see when it's signed. But anyways, what I'd like to know is if a friend or somebody I know, they lost their dog. And how are they going to know where the dog is at? Here you just go to GPS or wherever, or they'd say the dog's over here. How are we going to find out if my dog got loose or...
You know what? We'll have the director come in here next meeting. She was scheduled to come here, but like I said, this flu is going around. That would be a question better suited for her.
Oh, okay. And then, as you know, we have to have the public safety because it's going to interfere with traffic. We have all kinds of problems with that.
Once again, Greg Vargo, Woodland. This deals with a little note about the city hall renovations. I've taken notice that an item has been placed on the agenda seeking funding for the last 2 consecutive meetings. That is the City Hall renovation project, a project that originated from the city clerk's desk as a spreadsheet. No specifications, with an addendum of 15% contingency in the event of any structural, electrical, or mechanical items are necessary. Besides the furnishings, that addendum equates to $8,947.82. Request for funds at the December 15th meeting. Now at this meeting, the city manager is back requesting additional funding in the amount of $10,160 for asbestos abatement for the same City Hall renovation project. Also with no prior project specification to justify the expense. For a present total funds of $19,112 for a project with no foreseeable boundaries. Isn't that amazing? This open-ended request for funding is what we call in the construction industry, and I've been in it 52 years, project scope creep. That without a defined scope or specifications, requirements can expand in an uncontrolled and unchecked manner, which is one of the biggest drivers of budget overruns, which we're seeing with this particular job. For a project, especially a small one such as City Hall renovation project, to have no specifications is to introduce immense often unmanageable risk. The lack of a clear plan and scope makes the probability of cost overruns virtually guaranteed. John will be back asking you for more money. I can guarantee it. Okay. And the magnitude of the overrun, highly unpredictable. So here's what I'm suggesting, moving forward with this project, but more importantly for the public, future in-house projects, that the city considers hiring a qualified civil engineering firm that also provides architectural services to put together specifications, which this project lacks, for city projects, construction projects. Possibly our current civil engineer, AEW. They fit the bill. This practice often offers several benefits and is a standard procedure in design-build project delivery method. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of council, leadership. Kirk Litwin, 19616 Kelly Road. Want to wish you all a happy new year, happy holidays. Thank you for your tireless work and sometimes thankless work. We appreciate everything that you guys do, and we know that it's not easy. I'm here today slightly confused. Did I not make the agenda today?
No.
No. Okay. So I'll just keep it short and sweet. If I may just pass out a couple of these. Is that acceptable?
Is that, sure.
7 copies, if you'll just pass it down. Thank you.
But basically what you're looking at is a proposal to amend ordinance 2023-02, section 1064, paragraph D, subsection F, for drive-through prohibition for cannabis facilities. So I won't elaborate any further on it, really. There's a lot of really good details. What I would like to say at this point is I'd like to be considered for the next council meeting's agenda, if that's a possibility, or if there's a formal process for doing so. If you'll just let me know what that looks like. But wanted to give you guys some ideas. I brought a couple of visuals for you to look at. Just let you know that after almost a year of operation, we've had our shares of ups and downs, but the industry is going into a negative direction. We experienced it today for the first time with our first New Year invoicing with literally a 24% tax tacked right on. There was no middle ground. So it is becoming increasingly challenging. But I've put some details in front of you guys. I would welcome the opportunity to speak in detail with you at your convenience. And just some items over there. I will get a digital copy over to you, Leslie, for distribution, along with my contact information. If anybody's got any questions about anything, you can call me anytime.
Yeah, and Kurt, I'd like to kind of elaborate just a little bit to add. What Kurt is proposing is his business, the dispensary that's on Kelly Road. He's asking for a drive-in window. And right now, our zoning ordinances and other, I want to say, criteria is kind of specific. It doesn't allow for this. But here is something that has just a recent development, is that on 8 Mile and Kelly in East Point, another dispensary is opening there, which is going to be a direct competitor to not only Kurt, but also the other dispensary that's on Harper. And Kurt wants to use the online drive-through process because the building was a former bank. The structure accommodated drive-through, and I want to say lots of our older residents, 65 and over, have been asking for this accommodation. They don't want to get out of the car. They would like to drive up to the window, conduct business, and go. And I do not see a problem with this, although I do see some definite hurdles in the zoning restriction. And again, you know, I plan on talking to our city planners. I don't know the process that's involved here. I don't know how quickly we could get this off the ground if it is just a matter of a city council vote. But certainly I empathize, okay, with what you're going through. And we definitely want to strengthen our businesses, and I see what's going up there. and it's got the potential to damage your business on Kelly Road and the business that's on Harper, and you guys have invested millions in those buildings. So that's all I wanted to say.
In addition to that, it's not even just about, it's just not exclusively about the two cannabis facilities here in the city. It's really about gaining more foothold, following actually the 2017 Kelly Road plan of identifying what opportunities lie within the city and the mutual benefits associated with. There are significant losses. If you look at the data drawn out by that plan that was paid for by you guys, it actually plays very well into it with no additional cost to the city. It just brings people in. The Moses Roses on the corner of 8 Mile and Kelly will absolutely and significantly impact pedestrian and vehicular traffic into the city of Harper Woods. There is no doubt in my mind, I hear it all the time about people who will go to ancillary items after leaving my facility. They'll go down to the store. They'll hit McDonald's. It's kind of a byproduct of. So it's keeping the money within the city. That's where we want to keep it.
All right.
So yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to get this in front of you, and if you guys have any questions, please.
Okay, your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Used to just be potato chips, now it's McDonald's. Just be potato chips. Right. Yeah, I just want to introduce myself. I know mostly everybody on here except for Miss, yeah, how are you doing? And I never met you before. But my name is Daryl Morton, and I have an organization that's been in Harper Woods functioning probably since June 2022. And the mayor came and cut the tape and drank champagne with me back then. So I just want to just reintroduce myself to anyone. I have a nonprofit on 19934 Harper Avenue, and basically the building is called the MDG Community Resource Center. And what we offer is we do a lot of workshops for mental wellness, financial literacy, and just basically any type of community engagement.
Mr. Morton, you're talking to us.
Yeah, we've been doing workshops, and we have guest speakers, and we also serve dinner. So I just want everybody to know where I'm at, 19934 Harper Avenue. And then I believe Mr. David was just talking about my food pantry, which is I have a food pantry, and which I have to compliment the mayor because she's been doing it for much longer than I have, and to be a mayor and to be giving out food, that's a hard job. I can't even answer the phone and barely give out food. So I think you're doing a great job as well of doing that. And I believe someone else is giving out food around here also, is doing the food distribution as well. Are they? Yeah. So basically, if anybody doesn't know, the place where I give out the food is at Peace and Goodwill Church, and we do it on the first and the third Thursday of each month. So if you know any families that are in need, any seniors that are in need, or anyone, please just look us up, and it's first and the third Thursday at Peace and Goodwill Church. And since I've started, I became of course, a partner with Forgotten Harvest, and also have large donations right now at my building. So if anyone needs anything, or Mayor, if you need any extra for your building, I'm not sure if anybody's been in my building recently, but I have tons of cake, ice cream, steak, chicken, Hawaiian rolls, and so I'm looking for someone to come in and utilize it before it goes bad. You know, so I'm just really much opening up to the whole community. Anything I can do to help, or like I said, I'm going to start posting things about my community engagement. I'm going to do a whole lot more. We have one February the 11th with a speaker that we're going to introduce in about a couple of weeks as well. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
All right,
Morton.
okay.
Thank you.
He throws good cards, too.
Hi, my name's Denise Miller. I live on Washtenaw. I grew up in Harper Woods. I'm ashamed of Harper Woods right now. The trash is deplorable. The way it blows down the street, the way it's thrown out every which way but loose. DPW is always great. They always listen to me. They're always willing to help me. Today I was picking up trash that was on my block, putting it in a trash can, and almost got run over by somebody because they were in a hurry and they were flying by me. So we got to talk to our neighbors. We got to put stuff out in whatever format you can about putting trash out. It's disgusting. Number two, why can't people shovel snow? You know, you guys, I walked into Tyrone today. I'll be 70 next month. You know, I went to kindergarten there. It's the same school, and it looks great. So that tells you how long I've been around. But I watched somebody walk down Harper Avenue with their grocery cart, not the one from the store, because they couldn't walk on the sidewalk. Can't we do better? Can't we put that out, that we need a shovel, and maybe pay a kid to shovel the neighbor's walk for the senior that can't get out? But it's not usually them. It's usually the renters or the lazy people that just don't want to go out and just don't care about anybody but themselves. And I'm going to go back to trash last Monday when it was blowing down my block because it was really windy, and I went to pick something up, and I went to put one on the curb, and the guy came out for his mail, and I said, "Your trash sort of like all over." And he goes, "Yeah, the dogs got it." I says, "What dogs?" There weren't any dogs. It was just the way he put it out. And he had his slippers on. I says, "Could you put your boots on and come out and pick it up?" So I'm pretty brazen and bold about taking care of my city, and you guys all know me. And but we got to do better. I want to be proud of my city again. Can you guys help me, please? Whatever way you can. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Mayor, council members, and audience. My name is Salonia Callum Turner. I'm the precinct delegate for Harper Woods. I have been for the last year and a half. I lost my husband last year. I wasn't that active. But now I'm asking for help. I will be calling in on different members just to give me some support and help in this area. Again, my name is Salonia Callum Turner. I live at 20443 Fleetwood Drive in Harper Woods. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Lauren Mercer, Woodside. I just want to do this as a little shout out. First of all, thank you so much for getting the animal control enforcement together. People might not think it's perfect, but it's better than nothing at all, and we all know refinement is just part of it. So last week while I was walking down Beaconsfield, I noticed flashing cop car lights in front of Beacon Elementary. It was a Wayne County Sheriff vehicle. They were finishing a traffic stop, and seconds later they had pulled over someone instantaneously. It was another speeder. I was very, very happy to see this. I walk down Beaconsfield at least 5 times a week, and I noticed that not only were tickets being issued, but other drivers had gotten their act together in that moment. I felt for once that my normal walk was safer than ever. Imagine once a week this type of traffic enforcement was done. People would remember that Harper Woods is not the place to drive foolishly. I often hear that tickets don't matter. Well, just the fact that police presence was seen caused drivers to drive safer. I want to thank whoever coordinated the operation that evening. As always, I will continue to support Harper Woods public safety. Thank you.
All right, this takes us to call the council, and we'll start with Councilwoman Constantino.
Yes, I'd like to wish everyone a happy new year. Glad to see all of you here at our meeting, and I'm looking forward to having a good year here in Harper Woods. I'd like to just kind of put the idea out there. We used to do goal setting I think it might be nice for us to maybe pull together a goal-setting session.
We did last year.
Yep. And things have kind of gone in different directions even after a year or two. And it'd just be nice to have a
We'll
goal-setting session.
try to put that on the schedule. Mr. Toussaint?
Oh, okay. Happy New Year, everyone. 2025 wasn't too bad for me, so 2026, hey, if it goes like 2025, I'll be happy. One thing I wanted to do, I made a suggestion here on our calendar, which I really like a lot, and I really pretty much live by. They added some extra months. They added January, February, March, and this is going to make this calendar even more efficient. So I can plan a little bit better in advance. I'll have somewhere to put my stuff when I know stuff is coming in January, February, and March. So thanks again very much. And that's all I have at this point.
I want to echo the Happy New Year sentiments. Also, I was very happy that that our young representative from the library was here to tell us a little about the goings-on in our library, and I hope that everyone takes advantage of the programs that are taking place there. Have a wonderful 2026.
I want to put out a big thank you to the City of Harper Woods, and especially Mary Beth Kane, who's on the library board, and myself. We did that basket drive for seniors. We provided 25 baskets of household products that everything was donated by the residents. We had some employees at the city that donated some things, a few council people, the mayor, and 25 seniors got a gift basket. And a big shout out to Tom Jenny, who's our former council member, who's now on the Planning Commission. Him and his two children came and picked them up and went and delivered all 25 of these on the Saturday before Christmas. I have one other thing. I don't know if people kind of noticed a couple of meetings before Christmas. Our DPW director wasn't here, and the reason she wasn't here is because while working full-time, she went to school and graduated and got her college degree in December. And so she had to miss a couple of meetings here, but she's, that's really an accomplishment, working 40 plus, probably 60 hours a week here, and got her college degree. So I think that she deserves a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. Just like everyone else, I do wish everyone a happy new year. Very pleased to see everybody out tonight. I'm also very glad that now that we have something in place for the stray dogs, because it's been an issue that's been going on for quite a while. I'm also thankful to Essence for giving us some information that we can actually look at before we make any type of decision on anything, because that comes in handy rather than at the meeting making decisions and we don't have enough information. So I do appreciate that. That's it.
I'd like to echo what everyone said. Happy New Year, and I hope everyone had a pleasant and fun holiday season. And I'm glad to see everyone here. That's about all I have. Thank you.
All right, this leaves it to me, and as everyone else has said, let's begin a new year with new beginnings and a better Harper Woods. So if we all contribute and we all assist, we have the workings of making new beginnings and a better new year for everyone. I also want Mr. Crash comment about Mr. Morton's food pantry. We have operated a food pantry here since 2020. The difference between us and Forgotten Harvest is that we deliver to all our seniors and families. That is the grave difference. And we tried, we just couldn't coordinate our time. My volunteers, we start at 7:30 in the morning, we're through by 12. Mr. Morton's is later in the afternoon from 2 to 4, something like that.
I started at 11 o'clock because I have people that have to do it too long.
However, we couldn't coordinate our time my volunteers didn't want to work that late. But anyway, we will help out each other whenever we can, and I really truly appreciate it, because the reason I started during the pandemic was because there was no identified food pantry in the city of Harper Woods. And I welcome you, and we will continue to work together. It is not a me and thee, it's us working together to address the food insecurities that we definitely have in our communities. Whether people want to recognize it or not, there are quite a few people that are suffering with food insecurities. So he's addressing on one area and I'm on another area. And we always will come together when we can make it work out. So thank you very much. Mr. Crass, had you ever called us, we would have delivered to your house. You never did. But it's okay. Forgotten Harvest is right there for you. Also, I want to really thank John and Jason, Chief Jason, for working it out with the animal control. We have been working with this ever since GPAS stopped servicing us. And we just leave it at that. And we've been working and working trying to find it. And you spent countless hours going from place to place. I thank you guys very much for being able to finally put something that we can use for our community, because of the irresponsible people that have dogs and cats and let them run wild, but also for the dogs and cats that want to escape. It's not always, neglectful of the dog owners, but sometimes the dogs just want to run free. And so they figure out a way to get out and get gone. But thankfully, we'll have something in place. We will be able to address the animal control problem, because we want our neighborhood to be safe for all. That includes your pets as well as your humans. Most of all, we want to make sure that our children are safe from possible dog attacks or whatever. But this is all of us working together as a community. It is not us and them. It is all of us. We are together. We live here. We love it here. And we want it to be the best that it possibly can be. But it can only be that way when we get the idiosyncrasies that we all have, and the prejudice that we all have, and the bias, and understand that we are Harper Woods. We're not just a community. We are a special community. There's something very, very special about living here in Harper Woods, and I really appreciate being here. I came from Detroit. I'm born and raised in Detroit. But man, when I moved here, it was like a breath of fresh air. And I want to keep that fresh air flowing. So we all need to do what we need to do to make it work for everybody. So please, let's bring the new year in right. No them and us, it's all of us. With that, Mr. Toussaint?
I move that we adjourn for the night.
Support.
All in favor? Aye. Motion adjourned.